Hey, thank you for tuning in to How to Become a Notary and Start Making Money. If you're interested in becoming a notary, you picked the right place where I'm going to walk you A through Z on how to become a notary and how to make potentially an extra $500 a month or grow a business that gets you out of your 9 to 5. So let's get into it. There's 1.2 billion notarizations that happen in our country every year, and there's only 1.2 million notaries that are already certified by their state or their county. And half of those notaries work for banks or they work for attorneys that do not pay them for their notary stamp. Now, let me tell you how important that is. If a bank employee, a paralegal, or someone who works as a notary in a attorney office, if they're doing 100 to 500 notarizations for that company, they're not getting paid per stamp, and they should be getting paid $30 per stamp. What's very important about becoming a notary as well is the high earning potential. So if you're going in the real estate industry, you're looking at $125 to $200 for 30 minutes to an hour of your time. If you're just doing general notary work, you can be guaranteed at least $30 for 5 minutes of your time to notarize a document. You're also getting into an industry that offers a very flexible schedule. If you work a 9 to 5, that's fine. 70% of America works a 9 to 5, and they can only notarize their documents through you before 9, at lunch, or after 5 o'clock. You don't know another notary. They don't know another notary, and you can't process certain documents without a notary. This can't be done without you. You're also going to be able to be your own boss. You can now go on vacation and not have to squeeze it into a week. You can enjoy the full vacation or work as much or as little as you would like. So this is the earning potential of a notary professional. You're looking at $30 to $40 for general notary work. That's you putting a stamp on a piece of paper and someone giving you $30 to $40 for 5 minutes of your time. If you're going into loan signings, you can expect an average of $125 for 30 minutes to an hour to go over loan documents. Now there's 30 or 40 that you're going to become familiar with, but we're going to get into that in a second. Now you have apostille services. This is helping someone take their documents to the Secretary of State and either bringing it back to them so they can get it to another country, or you're sending those documents to the other country for them. They don't know another notary, and they definitely do not understand the apostille process. That's what I'm going to walk you through. Now, your expected monthly income, if you're going to quit your 9 to 5 and do this full time, you're looking at about $7,000 a month just starting off. And that's due to the 1.2 billion notarizations that happen in our country every year. You're taking a piece of that in your city, and you're the only person who can provide that service. This is how easy it is to notarize a document. This is called a notary acknowledgement. This is how it's filled out. You're filling in the state that the document is getting notarized in, the county that you are in when you are notarizing that document. This record was acknowledged before me on. You're going to put the day that the document is getting signed by the person that's in front of you. You're going to put your signature here. Your title of office is notary public. And then your commission expires when your state is going to tell you it expires. You put your stamp right here, and that is it. That shouldn't take you more than 2 minutes. Sounds easy, right? If you really want to get walked A through Z on how to become a notary in your state, which you will be given if you stay to the end of this webinar, I will give you a free checklist, but you can also join the notary community that I have, which is $12 a month. You cannot buy a salad or a Big Mac meal from McDonald's nowadays for less than $12. This provides more value. So you're going to get comprehensive training, comprehensive meaning over 40 different videos that show you from A to Z, once again, on how to become a notary, a loan signing agent, and also how to help people with an apostille. You're also going to receive weekly training. Within the community, we meet twice a week, every Tuesday and every Thursday. Those webinars, they get uploaded, but every person from the community that shows up, I'm answering every question that they have, whether you're a new notary or a seasoned notary, and you just have some business questions on how to expand. That's going to happen twice a week. And then we have business growth. So we have things called helpful links that will show you how to set up a Google My Business page, what signing services are available. And there's over 100 in our country that need you to facilitate a signing, and they're going to pay you, and you do absolutely nothing to get that business. That's right. It comes to you for free when it's happening in your city. So joining the community is a great option for you to become a notary, a successful one, in a very short period of time for $12 a month, and you spend that on less. So this is the value you're going to get out of the community. You're going to get apostille training. Once again, you're going to be receiving phone calls for free and helping people take their documents to the Secretary of State. Now, these are business owners, kids that are trying to go to school abroad, or people who just want to get a passport from their home country. You're also going to get loan signing training. So that way you can help process people buy their home, sell their home, take out home equity lines of credit. You're going to be the go-to person that's going to help them with that, because people do not buy homes every day. They do not sell homes every day. So they don't understand the documents that they're signing all the time. You are the expert, and you're going to get training on how to help people with that. And you're also going to get general notary work training. So whenever someone has a car title that they want to transfer over into their name from a parent, or just a regular document that needs a notary and they don't know another notary, they're going to go to you, and you're going to get trained on how to do that. You're going to get apostille marketing and loan signing marketing training. How do I market my business? Where do I actually go to in order to help people with these transactions? They're looking for my services, but they don't know where to find me. That's going to begin with Google My Business and setting up a profile. If someone is looking for a tire shop, a nail shop, or a notary, they don't know one. They're going to give you a call. You're going to get training on how to set that up properly. So as you can see, it's over $4,000 worth of value that you're receiving for $12. On top of meeting twice a week and a live chat that happens within a community that's answered by its members. So you might be asking yourself, what is a notary? So a notary is a official witness for documents being signed. They're essential to real estate, finance, and legal services. We verify identities just to make sure the person that's in front of me is exactly who they are and matches up with their ID. We also administer oaths, take acknowledgments, and certify document authenticity, which is very easy to do. If you can pass the 6th grade, once again, you can become a notary. Now you might be asking yourself, how do I submit my application to the Secretary of State or the county? How do I become a notary? And that's exactly what you're going to do. It's a very quick Google search, or within the community, you can go ahead to the helpful links, and I have a list of the exact website or the exact URL where you can go to submit your application. But this is done online. In some states, you do have to fill out an application with a pen and turn it into a county office or a clerk and take a oath. But it's a 3-day process for you to get your certificate from the Secretary of State. Some states, 26 to be exact, will require you to take an exam. But if you can pass the 6th grade, if you know what 8 times 8 is, you can become a notary within your state. It's not a hard exam. It might take you 2 hours of learning for the information to go in one ear, out the other, and you still pass to become a notary within your state. And you're going to pay your application fee. An application fee might cost you as little as $12 if you're in Tennessee, up to about $75 if you're in California. California is also going to require a background check, but that goes hand in hand with the application fee. So once again, there's 26 states that require an exam. And if you know how to walk and chew gum at the same time, you're good to go. If you live in Alaska, California, Colorado, Wyoming, you will have to take an exam, but that's part of your application fee. Now, what the exam is going to go over, just laws, acts, and what you can actually expect to charge someone when they give you a call and they need their notarization. Now, your state is going to have a minimum or a maximum that you can charge, but you can also apply fees. And these fees are part of running your business. It costs for you to do this in person. It costs gas. It costs for you to print out those documents. If you're doing this as an online notary, it's going to cost for you to run that platform. It's going to cost for you to have Wi-Fi. Now, the preparation tips, time management, that is going to go hand in hand with it taking maybe 2 hours max for you to study for this test. If you can pass the 3rd grade and understand how to write a Z in cursive, you are good to go. So these are the supplies that you're going to need. Now, if you're going to do this as an online notary, which I am, and which I recommend most of you to do, and out of the 1.2 billion notarizations that happen in our country every year, 35% of those happen online. The platform that I recommend is Blue Notary. There is a link within the community, but you could look it up for yourself. There is a free plan that allows you to do online notarizations, or a paid plan that costs you $27 a month. Now, if you're just doing the one notarization, it's $30 to $40 per document. That person is literally going to pay for that platform for you for the month. If you're going to be doing this as an in-person notary, you're looking at $72 total for your supplies. You need a notary stamp and a notary journal, which you can get both from Amazon and have it at your door the following day. You're going to need blue and black pens. Blue pens are going to be important if you're going to become a loan signing agent, because all loan documents need to be signed in blue because it's considered an actual signature and not a photocopy of a signature. You're going to need a messenger bag to carry these three items with you at all times. So you can get the cheap messenger bag just in order to get started. I do recommend a second phone number so you could tell the difference between a personal call and a business call. Every app store, no matter if you an iPhone or an Android or a Google phone, they all have apps where you can have a second phone number for $10 a month. Now, these are the ways that you could start making money as a notary. You could become a loan signing agent, a remote online notary, or you could do apostille work. Let's get into some of those. Now, as an apostille, once again, it's a sub part of being a notary. You actually don't have to be a notary in order to get into this industry. My state alone processes 30,000 apostille a month, and there's only two major cities in my state. So when you start to look at states that have larger populations with more cities, with more people, there's a lot of opportunity that's there. And there's only 5 companies in the US that offer this full-time as their service. But what you're doing is you're helping people with international documents. And these documents are, once again, going for a student who's trying to go to Spain for a semester. His documents need to go to the Secretary of State. That's going to be a transcript, a birth certificate, and then they're going to receive this fancy seal here. You're going to hand that document back to them, and they're going to take it to their country, or you're going to take this to their country for them. Now, for this document here, which is called an apostille, it's also going to need a notarial certificate attached to it as well. That document's going to be attached to this, so that's an additional price. For an apostille, you're looking at $125 per document minimum. And you're also going to attach the notarial certificate, which is an additional $40. That's $165 for one of these to go to the Secretary of State. Now, most times there's going to be more than one document that needs to go to the Secretary of State for each customer. There are times where I've had 14 documents for a trucking company based out of Mexico that need to go to a Secretary of State, whether it be mine or another Secretary of State, and I'm getting paid $125 per document plus the additional notarial certificate. If it has to be translated, that is also an additional price that you're going to charge. Within a community, there is also an official apostille training that walks you through A through Z on how to get into this business. It's an hour long, and once again, that is for free within the community. That's $12 a month, and you spend that on Wi-Fi. Next, you can become a loan signing agent. And what you're doing is you're helping people buy homes or sell homes, or very touching situations where someone is selling a home because maybe they're getting out of a divorce and they're giving you a hug and they're crying at the end because this is the last piece of that puzzle. Maybe they're selling their grandmother's home because now the grandmother stays with them. There's so many different situations and scenarios where you're providing genuine help to individuals who need it. So people don't buy or sell homes all the time. They might do it once or twice in their life. So you understanding those common 40 documents and the definition that are going behind the documents that are going to happen within every real estate transaction, every time guaranteed, is a bonus. That's what you're doing as a loan signing agent. You actually do not need a certificate in order to become one, except for if you live in the state of Florida. But those 40 documents are within our community, and the definitions are there as well. Once again, if you can walk and chew gum, you can understand these documents and the definitions that go behind it and provide as much customer service to people that are buying and selling the homes or the real estate. Every building that you see on your drive to work, all of those homes have documents that need to be notarized, and you're there to help. Within that, you're getting paid anywhere between $125 to $200 for 30 minutes to an hour of your work. So just imagine if 5 signings in one day, how that can take you out of your 9 to 5 and start working specifically in the real estate industry. And you're looking at just starting out $4,000 to $8,000 a month. Next, remote online notarizations. Out of those 1.2 billion notarizations that happen in our country every year, 35% of those are done online, and that is always going to increase. Just like once upon a time, you had to order a pizza from Pizza Hut, go pick that up. Now you have Uber Eats. This industry is going in the same direction. So getting in now is best. So that way you can serve your community for those who want convenience and don't want to leave their home. Doing an online notarization is just like having a FaceTime conversation with somebody that you do not know. And the way that you verify them is first by finding a platform that's going to be useful for you. I use Blue Notary. It's the most cost effective and easiest to use out of all the platforms that are available. Next is by verifying who that person is. The platform will do that for you. They'll also keep a record of your journal and the video transaction, so it makes it easy for you to document what is going on. All you're going to do is take the upload of the PDF or the document that they have, put your information in, give them a call, whether they're at lunch or they're at home, and they're still going to give you anywhere between $30 up to however many documents they have times that 30. So becoming an online notary is something you can definitely do full time from home. You don't even have to wear pants. You just have to keep a shirt on and just provide this service. So you might be asking yourself, how do I market this business? And there's 4 free ways that you're going to do that. That's going to be through Google My Business, a directory listing, and LinkedIn and Facebook. Let's get into it. So setting up a Google My Business profile is absolutely free. 96% of all search goes through Google, and that's because the default search engine for all phones, which everyone searches through, is going to be Google. If you have an Android, an iPhone, or a Google phone, that is going through Google. No one searches through a laptop anymore. Ranking top 3, it's called a map pack. So whenever you search for a service, there is a map that shows up as soon as it goes into Google. You want to be the top one of those 3 businesses, and you have no competition because no one knows a notary. Just setting up a Google My Business profile is powerful enough for you to receive 500 to about 2,000 calls a month. And that really depends on the population of your city. And you could rank for things like notary, apostille, or remote online notary, which is called a RON. But this is free business. And 90% of all search in America goes through Google. This is another free way for you to receive real estate transaction business. So for somebody who's buying a home or selling a home, you're receiving this for free. So signing up with the directory listings like Notary Rotary, 123notary.com, signingagent.com, signingorder.com, SnapDocs, Notary Cafe, Notary Dash. Signing up with these platforms, all you're doing is setting up your profile picture, putting in your certificates, and then you're going to receive a text message that tells you, hey, do you want to go up the street and make $125? It's happening Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Are you open? It's really just a text message with a blue hyperlink. And they're asking you, are you available to go make money? And we're going to pay you for 30 minutes to an hour of your time for free. If you don't get anything else from this presentation, you can sign up for those 2. And that's a very easy way for you to make $500 a month without doing anything. The next 2 are going to be my favorite, and that's going to be marketing through LinkedIn and Facebook. And when I say marketing, you're just building relationships. So through LinkedIn, you're building relationships with people that work at businesses or business owners. You're just commenting, connecting, and creating information to let them know that you are a notary and you offer online and mobile notary services. You'd be surprised how many business owners do not know that this is available. Do not know that for their customers, you will actually go to their home. So just commenting and connecting with those individuals is absolutely free. And in building your personal brand by sharing as much information as possible about online notarizations or mobile notarizations, if that's what you want to do. The same thing goes with Facebook. Facebook has over 2 billion monthly users. So joining Facebook groups, your city community group, marketplaces, immigration groups, groups that are specifically focused to new mothers. All these people are buying homes, selling homes, need documents notarized, setting up wills, trusts. All those documents need to be notarized. Joining those groups are free. Just commenting and telling the entire group, hey, this is what I do. You don't know another notary, and eventually you're going to need a document notarized. You're going to come to me. Be active in the community. Comment, share, friend. That's all you have to do. 1 to 3 hours a week for both of these. And it's free business. You're just connecting and telling people that you provide a service and they don't know somebody else who provides this service. So you're going to be the go-to for that. So once again, I highly recommend you join our notary community. $12 a month. We meet twice a week where I answer all questions. All of those webinars, they get uploaded. So you can always go back and see what questions need to be asked or that you have. It's also comprehensive training. There's 35 to about 40 different modules that you can go through that teaches you everything from how to be a notary to growing your notary business and really turning that into, hey, I can get out of my 9 to 5 by doing this full time. And then business growth. It's a way for you to connect with other people who are apostille agents or other people who own notary businesses, and you can connect with them and just ask as many questions as possible or be of service to them. So just in conclusion, becoming a notary public can be a rewarding and lucrative career path. By following the steps outlined in this presentation, you can navigate the process and become a notary, build a successful business, and start making money. You can get out of your 9 to 5. You can pay for the vacation that you have coming up 2 months down the line. You can start paying for the extra grocery costs because a bell pepper costs $2 now and a lemon is $75. You can start to do that just by becoming a notary. You don't know another notary. No one else knows another notary. So in your community, you can provide that service for people that really need it. If you can pass the 6th grade, you know what 8 times 8 is. If you can walk and chew gum at the same time, you could become a notary within 3 or 4 days. So join the notary community. And I hope this webinar was as informative as possible. Have a good day.